Alright. In the last video, we went over the components. In between then and now, I put down a green cloth. Hopefully that'll help with the lighting. And I'll look into something maybe a little more permanent later. For now, we're going to move on to the setup of the first game. Now, a lot of it we set up while I was going over the components. As you can see, we have the advanced action cards over there, the undiscovered cards over there, and they suggest you keep those in that location every game. So you just get used to that's where they are, because you have to keep them face down to keep them random. So the first thing we have to do is prepare our space exploration deck. Now, as we saw in the components, there's your starter tile, which is here. You have your basic exploration tiles, and you have your advanced threat tiles. So for this first game, you put them in order. There are 11 basic tiles. You start with tile number 1, which has a little icon there that says 1, and you number them all the way down to 11. See, there's a little icon 11 there. Now, because we're going to do a two-player game, this game can be played solo, but the rules are different. It's not going to give you the experience of the actual game. They balance things a little bit so you're not so overwhelmed. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to play a two-player game, and I'm going to control both players. In this instance, we're going to go with the Enterprise and a Bird of Prey. In a two-player game, you remove the bottom 3 tiles. 9, 10, and 11. Remove those from the game, put them back into the box. And then these stay in order. Then we're going to take our threat tiles, our 4 Borg cube tiles. We're going to shuffle them up. And just shuffle them up a little bit. We're going to draw 1, set it down, put the others outside of the game. Then we're going to take our non-Borg cube tiles. We're going to shuffle them up, just like we did the Borg tiles. But this time, we're going to take 2 and add that to our Borg cube, set the others outside of the game. Now we have 3 advanced threat tiles, 1 with the Borg cube, 1 without. We're going to shuffle these up. So the Borg cube will be somewhere in these bottom 3 tiles. We're going to put these up, put these on the bottom of our space exploration deck, and there we go. We're going to set that aside over here. Now with the starting tile, it's important to note this asteroid field. This asteroid field, as you remember we talked about on this data card, you cannot enter asteroid fields. And this asteroid field is assumed to go infinitely in a cone-like shape. So we're going to explore this unexplored section of the universe, galaxy, in a cone-shaped format. Why that is, I don't know. That's just how we're going to do it, because that's what the game says to do. Alright, so when playing 2 players, remove the bottom 3. We did the threat tiles. Now we're going to take tiles 1 and 2, and we're going to put them, attach them to the bottom thing here, to the starting tile. Now there's a specific way you have to do that, and that's going to go for this game or the advanced game. All tiles should be oriented in such a way that their number is in the same graphic position as the asterisk on the starting tile. So see how there's an asterisk on this tile over here, and there's a number here. So if we line those up, it should be like that. So this tile will go here. And we'll see when we do that, we've created a little star pattern almost there, and almost a little circle pattern there. Now remember, this asteroid field is assumed to go along this entire side. So we can't build any more there, so we take tile number 2, look for the number, which is there, line it up with that asterisk, and dump it, nope, we're not going to be able to do that, dump it this way. So now we've completed a star pattern, started a circle pattern, started a circle pattern. That's how you know it's right. All those symbols will line up. And if you slid this down, this number, this 2, will be right over where the asterisk is. Alright. These 3 tiles are your starting area. The wormhole, several outposts, a research station, etc. During the game, you'll explore other parts of the space map, adding more tiles. And we've already explained that this asteroid field is infinite in every direction. We're going to explore in a conical shape. Alright, with the initial setup map, there are 2 Romulan warbird symbols. You can see one here and one here. What we're going to do is draw 2 tokens from the Romulan warbird pile. And we're going to put them on each of those symbols. That represents 2 random Romulan warbirds exploring that section of space. Alright, it actually says place them face up. So I guess we put them like this. So you can actually see what they are. Ooh, this one's a fancy one. I don't know, I hope it'll come across, but it's not a warbird like the other. The other's an actual warbird. That one's a nifty other kind of ship. And we'll get into what those symbols mean when we get into combat. Now we're going to build our ship deck. We have our captain card with the little Enterprise D in the upper right hand corner, and then we have all the 16 cards with the Enterprise D symbol. We are going to shuffle those up. Let's do it real quick. Shuffle, 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 and then set it back into our ship pile. We're going to take the Bird of Prey captains with the Bird of Prey symbol, the 16 card with the Bird of Prey symbol in the upper right hand corner. Shuffle those up. Shuffle, shuffle, shuffle. Put that back there. And this is how they suggest you set up the captain's areas too. Now we may have to do some shuffling because this game sprawls, and as you can see I'm working with a very limited area. But see this token here? This is going to represent, you're going to get more of these. Every time you, like when we go to level 3, see how this token represents levels 1 to 2? Once we hit level 3 on that board, we're going to flip it over here, and that's going to allow us to recruit another crew member. You can recruit a crew member for every command token you have. So as you can see, we're going to build out here and out here. Probably not going to play a full game, but I'll at least do a round or 2. Alright, so you got your ship token there, you've got your experience tokens there, your ship deck, and everybody starts with 1 free command token, and then you have your skill token pile. These should be shuffled as well. So these should be shuffled, these should be shuffled, these should be put in order, 1 to 2, 3 to 4, 5 to 6, 7 to 8, 9, 10, on and on. You get out whatever reference cards you might need. We're not going to need any, I don't think. You're going to get aside your crew deck. For us, we are just using the basic crew. So you're going to shuffle that up and put it here. And then you're just going to put all your other tokens off to the side and use them as needed. And we discussed what you need here. Now these tokens are going to represent in what order you go. You're going to go down the list. For this first game, these have been randomized. The Warbird is going to go first, and then the Enterprise. And then from then on, players are going to take initiative cards to determine in what order they go in. Let's see. We've discussed the experience and reputation board. We've discussed the data board. We can discuss for a second the data colors. Now there are a number of data colors. So where are the tokens? There's red, blue, gold, white, purple, and black. The red data, which looks more orange to me, but whatever. The red data represents command. And you're going to notice we have red red crystals, and on the die, the little red symbol. Those represent command. Next is blue. You got your blue data crystals, and on the die, it's represented by that symbol. This represents science. You have gold, your gold data crystal, and on the die, it's represented by this symbol. That represents operations. Then there's also white data, represented by a data crystal and this symbol. This represents Captain's Innovation and can be used to represent any of the 3 basic crystals, and that's the red, blue, and gold. Next we have purple, your purple data crystal. And it's represented by a purple question mark on the die. Purple data represents risk and improvisation. It can be used as purple, or it can be used. It can be re-rolled in an attempt to gain a different color. When selecting purple data die, use the new color at any time. When using the purple data die, a player may immediately choose to re-roll it and use the new color at any time during that turn. If the player rolls purple again, however, they must immediately return the die to the data core unused. Finally, there's black data, represented by black data crystals and a black little planet. Black data represents the unknown mysteries of space. It can be used to empower undiscovered cards, which are these, if we remember. And these are all going to start here. For the initial setup, we roll them once to get our initial roll for available data, and we store them on the card like that to be used. The dice in the core, which is here, represent a common pool of data available throughout this region of space. Each turn, a player may use one data die from the core as data of the corresponding color. Simply take the data die and place it in front of yourself, and you can use it at any time during your turn. If you use the data die as data of the corresponding color, re-roll the die and return it to the core at the end of your turn so that it becomes available for other players. Unless a card or effect says otherwise, players are not allowed to use more than one die from the core each turn. If a player chooses a data die but does not end up using it during the course of their turn, they must return the data die to the core at the end of their turn without re-rolling it. And that's it. I think we are ready for the first round of the game. We've got everything set up. We've got our action cards shuffled. We've got our advanced action deck shuffled, our undiscovered card shuffled, our crewmen shuffled, our dice are rolled and ready to go. We revealed our two regions of space, placed 2 Romulan warbirds on them. We'll put that die, well, I'll roll this die and put it back there. We have our data crystals off to the side, and I think we're ready to go. So that does it for the setup. We've got 2 tokens on the experience track for the experience board there. And I assume we'll also put 2 tokens on the reputation board as well. But other than that, we're ready to go. So I'm going to go ahead and end this video, and in the next video, we are going to deal with movement and maybe combat if we have time.